Hello, everybody. Welcome to Having Your Say. I'm Robbie Smith. Coming up is part 3 of the 50th year class reunion of Harlan High School in Chicago. 83 students from the class of 1964 attended a grand celebration at the Hyatt Regency Chicago on October 25th, 2014. Part 2 of this event ended with a speech by Eloise Hamilton Jones, a distinguished English teacher at Harlan. Today we continue with others on the program.
Mrs. Hamilton Jones, you left too soon. We have more for you. Will you come back up? And would you bring with you Dr. Edward Robinson, please? Let's give her a round of applause for those remarks. Yes, I do. You know, I feel so blessed. You know, when you plan things, you get special benefits, and one of them has been to be able to talk with them on the phone. You know, this was a teacher. I get to talk to her like she's a friend. I love it. And we have with her Dr. Robinson, who we're going to honor both of these teachers for being here today. And I didn't know, would you like to say a few words, Dr. Robinson?
I'm going to interrupt Dr. Robinson and say that he's a real good friend of mine because I introduced him to his wife.
Thank you very much, Durrell. I appreciate that. Okay, Durrell.
Say my name again, please.
When Durrell called me from Tucson, Arizona, to appear on this program, I was delighted, and my wife said, "Someone from Arizona wants to speak to you." And I rushed to the phone, and Durrell was there, and she invited me to come to this event this evening. She called me on another occasion and wanted to know specifically would I participate on the program, and I gave her an affirmative answer. Thank you very much, Durrell. She also invited my wife, and I would be remiss not to let you know or to meet her. My wife, Levada Robinson. Will you stand? I have prepared a statement, and I'd like to share it with you. At the outset, I would like to congratulate and extend best wishes to all of you who are celebrating your 50th class reunion. I taught at Harlan High School for 12 years, and I must say that those were some of the most rewarding years of my professional life. There is something magic, something special about 50 years. We have 50 years of marriage. That is certainly special. 50 years of human endeavor is extraordinary. And of course, the 50th class reunion of the Harlan High School class of 1964 is beyond special. It's extraordinary. In spite of the vicissitudes and obstacles and barriers The class of 1964 achieved professional goals and milestones that will forever remain in the pantheon of the Harlan High School Hall of Achievement. The class of 1964 will join the artists, doctors, lawyers, judges, educators, and those who pursued a variety of careers to become contributing and productive citizens of our city, our state, and our nation. Allow me to reflect on my experiences at the John Marshall Harlan High School and what that school provided me with, the necessary background to become a secondary teacher educator. Specifically, I was able to use my experiences in teaching English, speech, and drama, and to direct plays at Harlan High School as a major part of my professional development. Years later, when I wrote my doctoral dissertation on the utilization of drama and theater strategies as a motivational tactic to enhance learning, my experiences at Harlan High School was indeed the most valuable resource I could ever have. When I gather with my former Harlan colleagues, 2 points of discussion come to mind. Number one, during that period, we were absolutely amazed that our students were intrinsically motivated for learning during that era. And they did the work. And secondly, a point of contention on our discussion was the fact that Harlan was an excellent example of the value of parent involvement. Parent participation was a major component in the success of the early Harlan years. It is my pleasure to give a special commendation to all of my former Harlan students, debate team, cast members who performed in the plays that I produced at Harlan. It is indeed an understatement for me to say that my former Harlan students were an integral part of my academic career. In closure, it is my fervent belief that the Harlan High School we knew 50 years ago represented diversity at its best.
Oh, yeah.
And the Harlem Renaissance poet Langston Hughes also understood the value of diversity when he said, I dream a world where man no other will scorn, where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. A world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free. Where wretchedness will hang its head, and joy, like a pearl, attend the needs of all mankind. Of such I dream our world. Congratulations to the class of 1964, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Wow. Dr. Robinson and Mrs. Elsie Hamilton Jones. It is our distinct pleasure to honor you this evening at the occasion of the celebration of the Harlan Class of 1964 50th reunion. I give you Kenneth Webb and Chuck Skolarski.
On behalf of the Harlan High School class of 1964 50th reunion, Elsie, got it right this time, Hamilton Jones, for 33 years. Let me get my glasses out here. Yeah, but I'm still here. 33 years of dedicated service to the students at Harlan High School, Saturday, October 25th, 2014. What we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. What we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal. Albert Pike. We appreciate your tireless commitment to improve the lives of so many of our classmates and our Harlanites. Congratulations, and thank you so much. And where is, you got this?
And then we have also a little modest plaque commemorating Dr. Robinson as well. For 12 years of dedicated service to the students at Harlan High School, this Saturday, October 25, 2014, what we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. What we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal. We appreciate your tireless commitment to improve the lives of so many of our classmates and all Harlanites. Congratulations, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let them stay there.
Closer together. Give it up for them, you guys. Give it up.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to bring to the podium another one of our, oh, no, we have, oh, yeah. Okay, now for the fun.
Hold on, let me say something.
Oh, excuse me.
How do y'all feel this evening? Huh? You want to make some noise tonight? Let's make some noise tonight. All right, I need y'all to help me out a little bit here. How many of you remember everywhere we go?
People want to know
Who we are, so. Come on, let's go. Mighty, mighty Falcons.
everywhere we go.
People want to know who we are, so we tell them we are the Falcons.
Mighty, mighty Falcons.
There we go. All right. All right.
And I'd like to call up a few Falcons. One from the January class of 1964, Miss Anita Sims Jones, all the way from California. She's going to tell you about her fondest memories.
50 years, I just can't believe it. And we are still Harlan. Yes. And we still have that same commitment. My fondest memories are just what we've been portraying tonight and last night. We're just communicating, have pride in ourselves, pride in our schools, pride in our teachers. And I think for me, even now, with my children, my grandchildren, I always reflect back on what we did in school. The respect we had, the respect that was demanded. We didn't have an option. We couldn't talk back. Someone said something, you do it. There's a certain dress code. There was a certain speech you used, and so many kids don't have it today, but I am really proud of the fact that we had that growing up, and we're able to pass it on to our kids. And I'm just so thrilled to be here. And I want to thank Daryl for asking me to be up here. Darrell, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I just want to take just 1 second to thank a member or a classmate that has gone on from here, Madeline Myrick Norton. And we didn't have a class program. Darrell couldn't find a program for January '64, a commencement program. And I reached out to her daughter, Kim, and sure enough, Kim came up with it. So I was telling her, I said, even now, Madeline was my best friend. And so even now, we're able to share this reunion together. And like I said, I thank all of you. I'm just thrilled to be here. Okay. Yeah.
We have 3 more Harlanites who are going to come up and give their fondest memories, and they can come and stand up here. You don't have to wait for someone to finish. That's Myra Poe Garrett, Dennis Rifkin, and Virgil Talton, and they are from the June 1964 class.
This will be very short, I hope. One thing I wanted to say is I was a salutatorian of the class, and Nancy Fisher, stand Nancy, please. Nancy. She was the valedictorian. But what was so interesting about this class, we had outstanding teachers, as you could tell, but there was the difference between me and the person behind me, which was Dennis, was like .01. The grade point average, and all of us, all the way down, we were only a fraction of difference between our grade points. So that was always interesting. So we were always battling that way. The other thing I found, I was a little late, but I went to the school this morning, and I was talking to Seth, and I said, I noticed a difference. There was such a link between gym and then where we took classes. And I remember Susan, whenever we had swim, we had history right after swim. And Susan had to dry her hair. Now, she has long, beautiful hair now, as you can see. And she was always rushing and late to get to Mr. Martin's history class. And he would close the door. He would lock that door. And he knew she was coming in, and she knew she was too. But that was an interesting thing I remember. And the other thing, I'm glad Mr. Robinson, Dr. Robinson is here, because I definitely remember him. And one thing, I've had several jobs in corporate America and also in teaching. And I stole some of what you said, Dr. Robinson. I'll say that right now. Because he used to tell us when we first came in, he would look at all of us and say, I will be your friend. We will enjoy each other's company. You will invite me over to dinner. We will have such a good time. But if you do not do my work, I will fail you. I will fail you. And that's the last of what I remember.
Hi, I'm Dennis Rifkin. Just think about it for a minute. We not only graduated 50 years ago, but we actually started Harlan a few years earlier than that, 4 years earlier than that. So we were 13, 14, 15 years old. That's young. Here we were entering high school. Most of us went to grammar schools close to home. I know mine was a half a block from my house. Now we were traveling miles and entering unknown territory. It was daunting, but it was certainly exciting. A brand new school, barely opened 3 years, and we were getting in on the ground floor. We could have gone to a parochial school in the area or to CVS as an alternative to Harlan. Aren't we fortunate to have made the right choice? What was most impressive to me was the enthusiasm of everyone at the school, from the students to the faculty and the administrators. I was scared to death of Mr. Miller. Just seeing him walking down the hall, I'd turn around and go the opposite direction. But Harlan ran like a well-oiled machine. We all got along. We came from very diverse backgrounds, a mix of culture, race, and religion. It melted together, and it was wonderful. I don't know about you, but I don't remember one instructor I had in college. But I remember almost all my teachers at Harlan. They were instrumental in making learning fun, and they took pride in being there for us. Mr. Robinson, in his sartorial splendor, even his shoes matched. And the bling. Remember him reciting Edgar Allan Poe or Shakespeare with his eloquent voice? Well, you just heard him talk. I mean, I was melting over here. And we had to dress the part. No jeans for the boys, and the girls had to wear skirts or dresses. We came to school wanting to look our best. And of course, our class notables. Max Mateer in his three-piece suits. Best dressed, of course. Just check your yearbook and look at all the things outside of class that you were involved with. I think Mildred and Chuck participated in every extracurricular activity that was offered. Seth never stopped talking. He'd be up here tonight, except his remarks would have gone on for hours. We started various clubs, activities, and sports teams. Within the first couple of years, Harlan was known as a powerhouse in track and field, cross country, and basketball. Thanks, Mr. Richard, Mr. Comer, and the effort to put a football team together and vying for a championship in only our second season of existence. An amazing job by an amazing coach, Sherman Howard. Our cheerleaders, with their cha-cha-cha cheer. I remember it was like yesterday. You girls should just turn around and, you know. We have had graduates go on to very successful careers. It started with an exceptional education at a marvelous school. All I can say is I was and still am proud to be a Harlan Falcon.
Hello, guys. I'm Virgil. It is so great to be here. 50 years, I never thought that I'd live this long, actually. But we're all here, and everybody just looks great. You guys look fantastic. My most memorable moments, had quite a few. I remember one childhood role model. His name was Mr. Ed Thompson Sr. He was like a mentor in our neighborhood. He once said that, listen guys, one day you're going to look back and you're going to realize that the 4 years that you spent in high school were some of the greatest years of your life. Right. And he was absolutely right about that. 4 years at Harlan High School were some of the greatest years of my life. I carry those years with me all the way up to today. I carry them with a lot of pride. My kids, they wonder sometimes, you know, why do you speak a certain way or why you do things a certain way. And then I look back and I remember this man over here, Mr. Robinson, and a lot of the other instructors that we had. And I say to myself, I'm carrying a lot of what I learned at Harlan High School with me now, and I'm passing it on to my kids. And I did. We had a football team in our senior year that did some amazing things. And you guys probably didn't realize it, and we didn't realize it when we were coming along. Nobody expected that football team to do anything. We all had been practicing for a couple of years together, and finally things came together in our senior year. And the first 3 games that we played, we won them. And our 4th game, we ran into Bowen High School. Now, we weren't expected to do a whole lot with Bowen High School as well. But we played them and they beat us 14-0. We were coming off the field. I remember coming off the field after a failed pass play. Ermler had been killed. Walter Ermler had been killed. It was like a jailbreak out there. Nobody was blocking the way they should have been blocking. And they swarmed Ermler, and he fell back after trying to throw a pass. Now, this was our 4th game. Now, we had won our first 3. And so we were coming off the field. We were just getting beat up real bad. And our coach, Sherman Howard, I guess he decided he was going to try to put something into us and pump us up a little bit. So he said to Ermler, "Ermler, I don't want you to play scared out there. You can't be scared. Get yourself together. Don't be scared."
This ends part 3 of the 50th year class reunion of Harlan High School in Chicago. As you can see, everyone looks simply marvelous. If you live in Chicago, come back and join us for Having Your Say on CAN TV 19.